Hello guys, my name is kiminekyt and welcome to this new video, and today we're gonna be watching him shaking his camera around. Great. Don't get me wrong, but shaking your camera around only decreases your chance of ever being featured on like a big guy channel. Like, seriously, if you ever want to be featured on like some big channel with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, don't try to shake your camera around. It's only going to decrease your chances of ever appearing there. I know you're excited to finally be in a game. I know that those 2 seconds long queue time must have been so ridiculously long and tiring for you, but yeah, shaking your camera around is definitely not gonna help it in any sort of way. Either way, him is gonna be playing in a German tier 4 tank destroyer called Hetzer, the king of seal clubbers in this tier, the absolute monster of a tier 4 tank. One of the most powerful tier 4 tanks in the entire game, and I probably would say that it is not the most powerful tier 4 tank in my opinion. I would say that tanks such as the Matilda are more powerful because, yeah, a lot of newbies can play the tank a lot better than this tank because, yeah, it has considerably faster reload, has a ton more armor and everything like that, whereas this tank pretty much just has a super good gun, but yeah. So though, the reason why I'm featuring the reason why I'm featuring this replay on my channel is quite simple, and that is that the him is actually not gonna be spamming premium rounds throughout this video. He only loaded in 4 heat rounds, which I do have a feeling he's not gonna use until the end of the game, which in my opinion is absolutely amazing. Nowadays almost everybody is just spamming premium rounds left and right, so seeing somebody actually not spamming premium rounds and then is a welcome change for me. I definitely love to see that, so yeah. Still though, the him finally managed to spot his first enemy of the game, which is gonna be the Panzer IV-A. He decided to put a shell into him, and what the hell is this IKEA doing around here? Don't get me wrong, but that was a pretty ridiculous move you just did. You can't even retreat. him decided to like go around of him and try to like allow him to retreat, but that didn't really work out so well. Still though, he tried to shoot at the enemy Chiha, but managed to hit the rock just in front of him, dealing absolutely 0 damage to him. However, he was capable of finishing off the Panzer IV-A with a second shell. Alright, there we go, the Chiha is also killed, and already at the beginning of this game we can see somebody crying in a chat. The Songhua S35 is annoyed by his noob teammates. Don't get me wrong, you're in a tier 4 game. Everybody over here is a noob, and you are also playing in a Songhua S35. If I'm correct, that tank is one of the most powerful tanks on this tier. Like, I might be mistaken about it, I might be confusing it with another tank, but yeah, it seems like you're seal clubbing, and it seems like you're complaining about your teammates. Jesus, I hate people like this one. It really annoys me. Also, look at the map. Look at the map. Do you see where the Songhua is? I can see him. He's over here. Like, what the hell? Anyway, here we go. The MX-38. The MX-38 is actually quite a heavily armored tier 3 tank. Tier 3 French light tank. It is not really a light tank. It is a heavily armored tank. It is almost like a heavy tank of this tier. It is really difficult to kill, and in general sense of a word, if you are playing a tank that is required to shoot AP rounds at it, you probably won't be able to kill it. So yeah, it is a tough nut to crack. The only way you can pretty much kill it is through high explosives, and yeah, Hetzer is a tank specialized at firing high explosives. Still though, over here we might see him shaking his camera again. Would you stop with that already? Geez, it's annoying. Still though, the Songhua S35 is still in the base, camping. I can't even say how much I despise this guy. We can even see him kind of like poking fun at him by simply ping him a couple of times. Like, you know, he's so far back, like, and he still pings him full back. Man, I love this reaction from him. It was an absolute amazing reaction. I just loved it. So though, there are still how many enemies remaining? 11 enemies remaining, and your team is losing terribly. You already carried your weight throughout this fight. You already killed 3 enemy tanks. Well, make it 4 as it looks. Decide to run straight in front of you, probably thinking that he's gonna be able to block some of your damage. But yeah, you're basically steel clubbing right now, so it makes sense that people over here are noobs. There we go, a T-29. Oh, that was a pretty close shot from the artillery. It nearly hit our hero from the back. That would be a pretty cheap shot. Still though, a second shot and T-29 was capable of finishing it off, giving you the 5th kill of the game and over 900 damage dealt. The Somwa S-35, just a highlight, start moving. Something is changing. Alright, he probably picked up all of his 2 remaining brain cells and realized that he has got to move. Otherwise, he probably won't be able to deal a single point of damage throughout this entire game. Still though, our hero, the Pozor is trying to get into a bit more offensive position from where he can shoot at the enemy team that's right now in the town. He just checked around this corner to see whether or not there are enemies hiding around here. There were none, so he goes into this bush and tries to shoot at the enemy tanks. He doesn't have the greatest range of view range. Oh, there we can see an heroic M7 priest rushing into your base to cap or do something. I got no idea what this guy is doing, but remember, it's a tier 3 game. That guy probably doesn't even know how artilleries work, so I accept that. Also, I should mention one thing, and that's that someone just decided to move out of his base only to be killed straight in front of it, because apparently open field doesn't make for a good cover. So though, you were capable of spotting the enemy Panzer III-E, however he was behind that hill. Oh, and there is so many enemy tanks straight in front of you. There is a Durchbrüchwagen 2. Oh, you decided to kill the Marder 2. That was an easy one-shot kill. There we go, Durchbrüchwagen didn't even realize that you are over here, which allows you to snap a pretty decent shot into his side armor. Giving you yet another kill. This time, 8th kill of the game. I didn't even realize how many kills he got. Oh, and there is a juicy Type 91. That tank is an... yeah, it has absolutely no armor at all. It's an easy one-shot for you, giving you yet another 250 damage. You're already a ridiculous amount of damage. Jesus, you were able to deal 1500 damage in a tier 4 battle. That is pretty damn ridiculous. Still, there are 5 enemy tanks remaining. Well, not 5 enemy tanks, but only 3 enemy tanks and 2 enemy artilleries remaining. And I should point out that the enemy Cruiser 2 actually has 5 kills, so he's in a roll as well. The Cruiser 2 is actually a pretty damn powerful tank, which shouldn't be underestimated. It is not like the #1 most powerful tier 3 tank in the game, but it definitely deserves a spot in at least top 10 tier 3 tanks. Probably even top 5 tier 3 tanks. I can really think of many tier 3 tanks that will be much more powerful than that tank. I know that the Panzer 1C is more powerful than that tank. I know that I do have a feeling like the MX-38 could also be more powerful than that tank, but I don't really know about many tanks that could be more powerful than that tank. Still though, there are 2 enemy tanks right now arriving in your cap circle. You're gonna decide to shoot at the British. No, that is not the British. There's a Chinese tank destroyer, if I'm correct. Obviously, one shot should be able to take it down, and it was. There's still 1 enemy tank remaining, which decided to just start running around the cap circle like crazy. Your artillery decided to dive down into this tiny little dip at the end of a map. Oh, spot for me, Artie. That's a bold claim of you, but yeah, I kinda understand where you are aiming with that. So, there are still 4 enemies remaining, and you got only a total of 7 shells remaining, so you gotta make those shots count. You know that 1 enemy is in your cap circle. There's the cruiser is close to the river over there, and then there are the artilleries, which are probably gonna be camping in the base. That's probably likely. Both of them are tier 4 artilleries, which means that they probably should be capable of knowing how to play this game. Oh yeah, there we go. The artillery was capable of putting the first successful hit into your tank, was capable of finally stripping away at least a sliver of your hit points. There we go. You were capable of taking care of the intruder in your base, and also the cruiser too, which means that there are only 2 enemies remaining, and both of them are artillery. So this should be a breeze for you, because if I'm correct, only one of them is firing rounds that can actually penetrate you. Oh no, they can penetrate you. I forget about the fact that it's almost like 2 years at this point since the artilleries have been reworked and they no longer can fire AP rounds. I'm a dumb piece of shit. For some reason, oh, I got no idea why the Panzer is simply this thing that is right in front of him is in front of him. Alright, once again I gotta say that these are low tiers, so it probably makes sense. Still though, I'm probably not gonna do any kind of like an post replay stats, because in this case it's probably gonna be quite expected. The Pulsar Zarohem is gonna be capable of getting 14 kills unless the enemy artillery will be able to pull off some amazing kind of a thing. Still though, right now I'm gonna cut the video because Pulsar Zarohem is incredibly excited from the fact that he's gonna get his 14th kill and he's gonna be shaking his camera around a lot. So yep, let me skip this. Alright, and there we go, the last enemy of this game, and aim at him, and there we go. 14th kill of this game, a grand total of over 2,500 damage, an absolutely amazing game by Pulsar Zarohem. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that I'll see you next time. Bye.